Yes, in today's session we are going to talk about the introduction to SQL. If it's your first time to look this video, so keep on watching, and if you have some question you can ask it, and just I can give you some brief explanation about how to work with this simple database called the structured queries language. So in today's session we have something that we're going to talk with. We have introduction to SQLs, introduction to SQL. And now in SQL, what do we mean when we talk about the SQL? So SQL, that's the abbreviation of the word structured, standing for S, and the query Q and the L for language. It means that this is structured query language. This is a simple database. So in structured query language, this is the language for accessing and manipulating a database. So if you want to access and manipulating a database, you must need this structured query language. It is suitable for using so as to access and manipulating a database. So let us see some of the functionality of this SQL. While we study this SQL, we have the sum. I'm just listing the sum function of the SQL. Let's see one after another. So the first one, this helps us to retrieve the data from the database, assuming that you have your database. So keep in mind, when you talk about the database, you mean that the collection of the tables. So the collection of the tables form the database, and the tables, that's the table that's all about the rows and the column that form the table. So each and every table have its unique identity or unique name. It does perform its corresponding the function. So we want to talk about the way SQL structure help to retrieve the data from the database. It's just retrieving information, have some syntax or some statement, SQL statement that enable us to retrieve data from the database. Apart from that, we can insert the record from the database. So if I have some record, maybe I have some list of the students, so I want to input that list in the database, have some syntax that enable us to insert that data to the database. So also I can update it. So if I have inserted the incorrect, so I can update it. If the time is going on, so I want to replace with another one, so I can just updating the details. So through SQL enable me to just update. Not only that, but also we have something called deleting. So SQL enable us to delete some items that are not used in the table or the database. So to do that, we need some syntax or some protocols of using the SQL to delete that creating. So not all that, but also if we want to create the database, another database, we have some syntax that allow us to create the database. Also we have you can create a new table in a database. Remember that database, that's a collection of the tables. So every table has its own database. Every database has more than one table, and each table have the relationship with the others. Not only that, but also you can set the permission on the table. You can set the permission on the table. This allow you to insert permission on the table. Also we have something called this SQL statement. So in next session you're going to talk more